Studio A with the Wood Brothers. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
It's been a while. We've had them back in the studio in 2008. I think when Ways Not to Lose it was already out and
Wow.
just got
Wow.
things started. Yeah.
That's another lifetime, wasn't that?
Well, we are indeed happy to have you back, and they've got the new album to talk about, and we'll see where it all started if you missed our first live from Studio A session with them. And tonight's a show over at the Bluestone, and we'll have some tickets to give away coming up a little bit later on. And Doug will be playing live for us in the next hour, so a double live from Studio A session. And we're also live on Facebook and YouTube. If you can't watch it now, you can check it out later on our website. And we're going to get warmed up with the song, and then we'll come back and chat and have a couple more songs for you and do that ticket giveaway. And what are you guys going to start us off with?
We're going to start off with our title track of our new record. It's called Puff of Smoke.
All right.
Every day is a puff of smoke, before you know it, it comes and goes. Maybe it burns your throat, and if you're lucky, you get high. Then you take a little ride. Every day is a puff of smoke, a little cloud of heartbreak and hope, and maybe it's God's little practical joke. And if you're lucky, you stop by and take a little ride. You take a little ride. Every day in a puff of smoke, or maybe it's a river flowing, taking you where you're going. No matter how you fuss and fight, you're gonna ride. You're gonna ride. Every day in a puff of smoke disappears in the moon glowing. Baby, you wake up at dawn, and if you're lucky, you'll be smiling. Always smile. Yeah, yeah, and you take a little ride. Yeah, you take a little ride. Where you going? Yeah, let's ride, let's ride.
Here we go.
Every day is a puff of smoke, disappears in the moon glow. Every day is a puff of smoke, you take a little ride. Every day is a puff of smoke, you take a little ride. Every day is a puff of smoke, you take a little ride. Every day is a puff of smoke in Ohio. Right. Every day in a puff of smoke, or maybe it's a river flowing, taking you where you're going. No matter how you fuss and fight, yeah, you're gonna ride. Yeah, you're gonna ride. You're gonna ride.
excited to have the Wood Brothers back in the studio. The title track to Puff of Smoke, and their 9th studio album since forming the Wood Brothers in 2006. A couple live albums in there as well, and I'm sure it's different in the studio this time around as to when it first started, and it's your own studio now. Tell us about that and the process going in, and I'm sure there's less of a time crunch because it's your own studio, less pressure. And tell us about the making of the record there.
Well, luckily, it's our own studio, so no pressure. I mean, you know, we like give ourselves deadlines because they're useful. And we could be self-indulgent artists if we let ourselves, but you know, we do got to get things done and to live in the real world. But we go in really not knowing it from the beginning. We just know what we're not going to do. We're always like interested in exploring new things. So you know, it's clear what we're not going to do. We know what we've done before. We're not quite sure what we're about to do. And we're just searching for those new things that keep us excited, you know.
No preconceived notions going in or anything like that.
Yeah, and having our own studio is such a luxury in that it's just kind of a clubhouse. So it just feels like we have this cool secret clubhouse and we can play and experiment and
childlike. We'd be like
be
kids
child,
playing,
be
playing
kids.
around, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's when we know things are good. Is when we just feel like kids playing.
Nice.
You know.
And so you have song ideas, but you do a lot of improv on stage and in the studio. You just let it roll out the way it goes. And how many times do you listen back to takes? How many you do? Does that drive you nuts of going back and forth? Like this
Not
is
at
the
first.
right one.
I think
if we're doing it right.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're coming into the studio with what we think of as songs that are written more or less, but how they turn out, we have no idea. Like all those quick decisions happen in the studio. Like, ooh, what guitar are you gonna play? What drums are you gonna play? What bass should I play? You know, and then all those decisions make this huge influence on the song. And then weeks later, after it's recorded and we're arguing about one tiny guitar lick, like that's the annoying part that you're
Right.
referring to. But at first, it's like kids playing and being surprised at what's happening.
I love it. And does it feel? Do you have those memories of when you first started playing music, like to have that giddy feeling and it never goes away?
No, I'd have to manufacture that. As a jaded adult, we have to really work on that to stay in that zone.
That's what you have pharmaceuticals for when you're adult, right?
It's the Wood Brothers live from Studio A today. We're so happy to have them back. And Jono wasn't with them back in 2008.
20 years ago or
20
whatever.
almost years
He was-
ago, right? So it's so great to meet you. And it's just amazing to have you guys back. And we're so happy about it. Puff of Smoke is the new album. And what's the key to the songwriting process for you? The key from when you first started and the comparison to now?
It's similar in that there's no real one way to do it. I think we've always been inspired by our documented improvisations. So a lot of times we'll be, whether we're at the studio or backstage or we're at a sound check, and we just like to play and improvise and listen to each other and have musical conversations. And oftentimes that spurs ideas that you can capture on your phone really quick and put away for later. So oftentimes a lot of musical ideas that end up on the albums come from those kind of improvised moments.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's changed as we get better at songwriting is those initial seeds, those initial inspirations that start a song. We don't know where those come from, but then I know when I was younger, then I would hold on to that idea and like clasp onto it like it has to finish and be like this. Whereas as the older you get, you realize, oh, I'm not in control of this. Like I didn't even know where that original idea came up with. So I got to keep my mind open to where this thing is going. Like, you know, instead of trying to figure it out intellectually, you have to really follow its lead and let go of preconceived anything, really.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of you, so do you all agree of when a song is done?
Pretty
Do you
much.
go
Pretty
through
much.
each?
Yeah, pretty much. Once we all agree, we know it's done.
That's
Yeah.
the weird mystery of it. I think like when something works, we just all look at each other and kind of nod, like, "Yep, there it is."
Nice.
But why and how do we explain that? I don't know.
I was
It's just,
thinking-
you
yeah.
just know.
Thinking about an earlier question about how we find it in the studio. I remember we rarely do more than 3 takes or something of something, but we kind of know when we go in and listen back to those first couple takes Like I remember one song, we did a whole version of the song. We were on whatever instruments we were on, kind of rock band instruments. And we nailed it. And we were like, well, that's a version. Like, that sounds like,
But
you
we
know.
didn't think it was the version.
No. Well, we were all like,
Okay.
I'm not excited.
Yeah, there was
But it
nothing-
sounds like maybe another record we've done, but nothing was like grabbing us. And then we went in the B room, and I think I was just hitting a conga.
Yeah,
And
we
you're like-
switched instruments.
like,
and
oh, But come on,
environment.
let's all, yeah, we just got completely different instruments, sat in a circle, and we're like, let's start again. And we did a
Yeah.
couple takes, and we're like, there's the, it's like a
yeah,
new
you
seed of
stumble on
creativity.
things, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
it was
weird. Like, but I was thinking of another song, "Slow Rise to the Middle," where we literally never played the song in its entirety, and we just went for it, and we were just like, nah. And then we did a whole bunch more takes, and then we're just like, God, I'm not sure what it needs. Let's just listen to that first one, and it was great. We just didn't know it was great because we had nothing to compare it to.
Right.
But it was working.
It was the first one
We
you
didn't
went with.
know.
Yeah. So, talk about set list. How you do your set list each night. Obviously, you don't want to do the same show every night, but how do you pick, and how much do you stick to it with the improv
Well,
that you do?
we're not, we don't get super loose on that. Although if things need to change, they need to change. But it's sort of a process of combination of intuition, but also like very organized. Like I have the set list from the last time we played in a town.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes we shoot out a social media asking for requests. So sometimes it's a combination of not doing what we did last time, people's requests, and then what we're excited about, maybe some new tunes. And then just like the room, is the room good for something? Is it not good for other things? Maybe it's too boomy for like a busy, funky song or something that rocks too hard. And so we'll lean on some of the more, acoustic stuff or
Gotcha.
stripped down things. Or it's the opposite. It's like a rowdy rock club, and we're going to lean on some of the more high energy kind of material.
And if you haven't been there before, you wait till sound check to kind of feel that out.
Yeah,
right?
sound check's pretty informative.
Well, then so it's like it's partly for the audience's experience and it's partly for our experience. Like if we've never played there before, I might just say, well, what did we do last night? And are we sick of that? Should we take a break from that song and maybe let's do something different to just make it fresh for us? And so it's just it's combining all those things and then just kind of trusting your intuition.
Love it. That's the Wood Brothers live from Studio A. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. Again, if you can't watch it right now, and you can watch it later with their approval of the video. And it's the show tonight at the Bluestone. Doors are at 7 o'clock. Doug goes on at 8, and the Wood Brothers at 9. What are you going to do for us next?
We are going to do a song called The Money Song.
Here we go, the Wood Brothers.
Money rich, money poor, no money and you're out the door. Born into a world unkind. Money love, money lies, money tears you cry. Born under the dollar sign. Money drunk, money high, money pie in the sky. Money gives you peace of mind. Like a drug, it wears off over time. Money don't make the world go round. Every day the sun goes up and down. Money don't make the world go round. Money blood, money red, money hide under the bed. Born into a world unkind. Money see, money do, money blind like a fool. Born under the dollar sign. Money up, money down, happiness never found. Money gives you peace of mind. Like a drug, it wears off over time. Money don't make the world go round. Every day the sun goes up and down. Money don't make the world go round. How much do you need to relieve frustration? How much do you need to fix a bad situation? salvation? How much do you need to satisfy temptation? Can you make enough to buy salvation? No money, no play, no money, no say, no money you pray. Is there no one who will give it away? You can't make enough even when you work all day. How much do you need to receive an invitation? How much do you need to make a big donation? How much do you need to make a change in the nation? Can you make enough to avoid annihilation? Money don't make the world go round. Every day the sun goes up and down. Money don't make the world go round. Yeah, yeah. Money don't make the world go round. Every day the sun goes up and down. Money don't make the world go round. Every day the sun goes up and down. Money don't make the world go round.
It's the Money Song, the Wood Brothers, live from Studio A and live on Facebook and YouTube. And tonight at the show at the Bluestone with Doug, who will join us in the 2 o'clock hour live from Studio A. Great day here at WCBE. And doors are at 7 o'clock, and Doug will go on at 8. And the Money Song from Papa Smoke, their latest album. And Oliver and Chris, after high school, you both kind of went your separate ways with King Johnson and other groups along, out there, Medeski, Martin, and Wood. What point was it where you were playing and said, let's do this Wood Brothers thing?
It was a good 10 to 14 years after we split. Just by geography, we were separated by geography and different circles of musical friends and scenes, and so, gosh, I was pushing 40 by the time we realized and had the opportunity. Our two bands played a show together, and I got to sit in with Medeski Martin Wood, and we just had such a great time, and it was such a connective thing, just not just musically, but just as family, just like, wow, we haven't really been close in a long time. This is awesome, and we both play music now. So, but it was well into our respective careers that we discovered that and appreciated it and slowly cultivated it, really slowly. But we wrote a song about it.
Oh, yeah, it's on this latest album. And we'll talk about growing up in Colorado, right?
For the most part, Colorado. Yeah, we were born in California, but formative years in Colorado. Yeah.
And your dad was a big bluegrass fan. Tell us about the household growing up and where music started for you.
Well, he was he's a molecular biologist by trade, and our mother was a poet, so there was always like a lot of literature and poetry around the house and creative writing kind of things. But our dad, though, in his younger years was going to Harvard and in the Cambridge folk scene in the late 50s and played with Joan Baez and had a radio show, and he was a real folky, knew 400 folk songs by heart and would, gig and kind of could have gone in that direction, but he sort of came from an academic family, so he kind of stuck with that.
And and you're 4 or 5 year difference? What?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
So did you start first, Oliver, in the music?
Yeah, a little bit. I may have started a little early, but I think as a teenager I started getting really interested, and I actually got a bass first. And I decided I want to switch to guitar. I gave the bass to Chris. He went
hand me down.
Yeah, he got a hand-me-down bass, but he went a long way with it really fast.
Nice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll take it, and I'll raise you jazzy licks.
Yeah, so...
Did you? Go ahead.
Yeah, so, well, I was going to say, so we were certainly, and we were playing together as teenagers, just learning together to some degree. And like Chris said, our dad was sort of a constant that we certainly took for granted. Like, oh, everybody's dad has a guitar and knows hundreds of songs, but we didn't realize how much of an impression that would make. And not to mention his record collection. And, Jono's dad was a musician too, and think of his record collection. Those are, like, our parents are so constant, and we take for granted how much influence they have, but then they also all their musical taste, and so it all kind of runs together
And it's
for
in
sure.
there, yeah. And so, did you guys get along when you were growing up, or did you competitive at all?
More or less. I mean, I think Oliver
those
being
teenage years
bigger. I
can
mean,
be
he
rough,
could
yeah.
clearly win a fight, so that kind of creates a certain amount of peace. Because I knew I was going to get my butt kicked if I tried anything too stupid. But
I would lose now.
Well, Jono, your dad, I read or saw a video somewhere. You are working with him.
Yeah.
A long time coming with the release as well.
Yeah.
right.
Tell
It's
us
out
about that.
today.
Oh,
actually.
today's
Yeah.
the
It's
release
the
date.
release date of our record.
Will you
It's-
share how this it was a long time coming?
Yeah. It's 48 years coming. We finally recorded something together. My dad's on hundreds of records, and I'm on lots of records, but we've never recorded together. And it's neat. I went back in emails, since I have to talk about the record we made. I went back in my emails, and I found the first email I wrote to my dad about making a record. And it said, "Hey, playing with the Wood Brothers really makes me think we should make a record." Because it was in 2012. I had started,
2012?
yeah,
Wow.
in 2011, I had
That's
started playing
cool.
with you guys, and I was like, we got to do this. So, yeah, and then slowly over time, like we're touring. My dad's a professional musician, so we were both busy, and so, yeah.
And your dad's played with quite a few,
You've heard my dad
some
play.
names. Yeah.
If it's not Bob Dylan or Patti LaBelle or
Right.
Bette Midler or
So you grew up with all that as well.
Indianapolis Symphony.
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
He does, Broadway shows. He's done a lot. I just did an interview with him, a Zoom interview for an hour right before this,
Oh,
and I got to hear some stories I've never heard.
oh, that must be cool.
Him playing with Booker T at frat parties.
Wow.
oh wow.
Incredible.
Wow. Booker T was in this very room and he
Was he?
didn't play. We didn't have the organ because he said he didn't want to do that, but he just sang and it was kind of
Classic.
cool, but
Yeah.
we didn't
Well,
have him play.
My dad just in the midst of a story, he was like, "Oh, well, when my dad was in Indianapolis playing with the symphony and going to the School of Music there as a classical major, Booker T was famous at that point, and he came back to study theory,
Oh, wow.
Really?
like after Green Onions, after like
Oh,
the
wow.
hits, and he was playing trombone and studying theory,
Wow.
Wow.
and then they do soul organ gigs.
Huh.
Well, we all learned something new right
Yeah.
here.
Anyway, that was a tangent, but
That's
yeah,
okay.
record with my dad. Out today. Yeah, it's special for us. For
And
sure.
tell us about this instrument and the beautiful artwork on it.
Yes, I'm playing the sitar, and
Not a
the art.
guitar, not a sitar.
Not the sitar. The instrument used to be a guitar, but it's a whole percussion ensemble. It's like it's a drum set that fits in an overhead compartment, and I don't know. This is the first time trying these songs in this configuration,
Oh.
but I find that I can play anything. I play on drum set on this. It's pretty
That's
natural.
so
I've been playing
cool.
with these guys so long. So
And
yeah, I
play-
painted it, so the artwork is mine.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's cool. So do you do that as a hobby
You know, it's-
on the bus or in the van or?
I grew up. I don't do it hardly at all, and then I just got the bug one day. But my mom's an artist. She did the artwork on the record with my dad.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I grew up. I almost went to art school instead of music for
Mm.
visual arts. So.
And how do you play? Did it take a while to do both instruments at the same time to learn how to do that?
I'm still learning.
I
Yes,
bet-
it's-
I beg to
it's-
differ. But-
Yeah, it's been an evolution. I
Mhm.
think these guys didn't even know I played keyboards, and then we made the Muse, and I was like, let me add a keyboard part,
Nice.
and it's just developed, and then it's like, well, let me see if I could play live.
For those who haven't seen it, Jono can play a drum kit, but then there's a keyboard in his drum kit, as part of his drum kit that he plays with his right hand, while his other three limbs are playing drums, while he's oftentimes singing. So he is like two guys in one.
He's being modest. I mean, it's because he basically put the drums aside for a while and went to music school and became a very proficient jazz pianist. So He fully,
Nice.
and then like over time, and definitely with our encouragement, it's like put those two things together, do both at the same
Do it
time.
at the same time.
And he happens to be a very coordinated man and pulled it off
It's
while
cool.
singing at the same
Yeah,
time.
I can't
Right.
play too much on either. I try to not make it a circus trick. I try to make it one groove that
Think you
is
got it
less
down.
on each instrument. It's what the neat thing about it. So.
It is John O'Jix with Chris and Oliver Wood, the Wood Brothers, tonight over at the Bluestone. And speaking of hobbies, I don't know if it's a hobby or you would call it a hobby, but salsa dancing. You teach that as a hobby or as a profession when you're not on the road?
It's become a professional thing. There was a while I was thinking of quitting music and just doing dance.
So when you're home in Vermont, I believe, is that?
Yeah, and we just started like a dance school basically in Vermont because we recently moved to Vermont. So yeah,
Cool.
teach some salsa, some Cuban casino. And
Nice.
Rumba.
And
Yeah.
Chris has some nice dance moves as
Oh
well.
yeah, Chris can dance his
Where'd you
butt
pick
off.
up those skills?
I wouldn't call it a skill. I'd call it on a good night, it's an inspired muscle spasm. And on a bad night, it just looks like a very uncoordinated guy wiggling around out there. Yeah, I don't know. I like to move, but no, I'm not. I've never studied it
Yeah.
in any way. I just,
No, it's so
I just
fun.
kind of a spaz.
And when you're not touring, you're with your wife on a farm? And
I live in British Columbia now. Up in some people in America don't know where they're like British Columbia. What continent is that on? It's Canada. That's a province in Canada on the west coast. I live on an island there. I mean, it's really right across the border. I mean, I could canoe to the U.S. if they would let me. I have a farm there, and so we
Vegetables and
grow
things like-
vegetables. It's all plants and vegetables and
Nice.
stuff.
Chris
yeah.
is working his butt off all day farming when he's not on
I
the
mean,
road,
my
like
life,
hands in the dirt.
when I'm not on the road, I'm outdoors all day long doing farm work. And it sounds weird, but it's actually this amazing antidote to this indoor touring life that we live, and I love both of them.
Yeah.
And they kind of strangely balance each other out.
That's awesome. And Oliver, you busy raising some kids too, right? They're not grown, are they grown?
They're just about there.
Okay.
I have a 17-year-old still, but they're just
Gotcha.
about, very independent.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much
yeah,
for
thanks,
being here today.
thanks for
It's just a
having us.
pleasure to have you back and
thanks for having us.
taking the time. I know you're busy, so thank you
Yeah.
so much. And
Yeah.
it's a pleasure. And we'll give some tickets away after this next song. I get all excited. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you can't watch it now, you can watch it later at WCBE.org. Bluestone tonight, and doors are at 7 o'clock. And Doug live from Studio A in the next hour. And they're on this tour with you, this run, right?
Doug, yeah.
before us
We
tonight.
saw him down the hall. It didn't make sense. It was fun. Oh yeah.
All right. What are you going to take us out with?
We're gonna take you out with "Choose Me." We're starting to play some of these new songs live, and this one, I think this is the first time we're doing this one too.
Oh, great.
That's exciting.
A little studio or debut.
Yeah,
Or-
debut,
Nice.
if you will.
All right. The Wood Brothers live from Studio A.
We don't know the reason why we ended up side by side. Flower wants a honeybee. I'm so glad you choose me. I know I'm not pretty and young. Got dirt under my nails and burns on my tongue. Been through hell once or twice. You still feel the love when I'm too down to be nice. And I'm so glad you choose me. I got something only you can see. You choose, you choose, you choose, you choose, you choose me, yeah. Choose not to lose me. You choose, you choose, you choose, you choose, you choose me. like a beater in a used car lot. Dusty painting in a coffee shop that's never been bought. Bell bottoms on a thrift store rack. Dress in the dressing room and never look back. Well, I'm so glad you choose me. I got something only